Nations eSports F1 category round 17 at the Japan. Today following me in commentary is a good mate, Guy Tasker. Good morning, Guy.
Well, good morning, good evening, good night, whichever it is for you. Nice to be here. I'm not on the track for well, I would say for once, but I rarely turned up anyway. But it's nice to be able to watch.
So we'll get your thoughts here on the Japan circuit. Just quickly give us your thoughts, mate, while we wait for everyone to ready up and get into qualifying.
Well, I mean, personally, I might not be the best person to ask. It's just because personally, I don't like the track very much. Actually, I quite enjoy watching it. I just don't enjoy driving it. I find it quite difficult myself, I think. Yeah, you got to get balance with the car, obviously, because the first sector is very tight and twisty with the S's, and then you get through into the last sector, and you've got plenty of straights with the high-speed corners with 130R, and there's a mix of slow and fast corners, so it can be quite tricky to find a balance with the car. And then there's always a bump coming out before the home straight, and that always seems to catch one or two people out, so I think we'll look out for that today.
So you probably haven't been keeping up with the F1 since you left mid-season. So a few new faces, in here since you were racing. But knowing the front runners, you got any predictions?
Well, yeah, I think I recognise most of the names in here. I've raced against most of these people, I guess. I don't know. It's always so hard to call. You've got all the usual front runners. I think you can look at in Bailey and Josh and Mackenzie. I think those two are always going to be out there. But Seb, I hear put in a strong performance last week and got P2. I think he's always going to be there or thereabouts as well up there. I think if I had to put my money on anyone, it's probably Bailey at the moment, just because the consistency that I think he's shown throughout the season.
Yeah. So we've got a few cars out on track now. We got new guy. I'll just grab his name because it's completely evaded me. Richard in the Haas, which is screen name is RC7N1. So Richard's out on track. We got Sebastian out on track. Isaac is out on track. Alex is out on track. Jacob's out. Manuel's just coming out in the second Haas. Addy's out, a fellow Englishman for Guy. Bailey's out. Yevgeny's still in the pits. This is his first race back for a few weeks now. So everybody else is out on track. I don't actually know who's first to come across the line. Looks like Luke Barters will be. Just coming over that terrible bump now. So as you were saying, Guy, very twisty, aerodynamically enhanced Sector 1. Sector 3 is very fast and flat out, so it is hard to get that car balance going. Luke's just running a little bit wide here through the S's, climbing the hill.
Find those S's. If you get the first of those S's wrong, then the rest of them tend to also be wrong.
Ruins the rest of them as well.
Yeah. And
it's the only figure 8 circuit that F1 visit throughout a calendar season. So it is a unique track in its own. As you're coming down to the back straight in a minute, just coming these last couple of quick corners, which again, if you get your line wrong in the entrance, it really hurts that exit, and it really hurts your run up here to 130R. 130R should be flat in today's cars. It is hard on the brakes for the final S's, and this is where that terrible bump is, right about there. So he's going to come across the line and set a 129 flat, and Richard comes across with a 129.2 to set his first flyer in his TNF1 championship, as Aaron goes quickest with a 28.2. So that's absolutely flying compared to Luke.
28.2 is a very quick time. Yeah, Mackenzie comes in with a 28.9. Bailey's put 28.3, so that's 28.2 really competitive.
Yeah. So Red Bull got a good showing. Sebastian goes up with a 28.5. So he's still there.
Just across the line as well, yeah. Looks like it's going to be a fast one from him. 28.1, yeah. So
28.1. Absolutely blistering it. So, Tao done a 29.9. Addy done a 29.5. Todd done a 28.8. And then I'm pretty sure we've done everyone else. Yevgeny's still in pits. Manuel's coming across the line now. What's he done? A 30 flat. Smoke's done a... Alex has done a 45.8 on the mediums. So that obviously won't be his time. Seems I missed our race this morning, guy. What's the optimal strategy for these guys today? Will we see soft to hards, or?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a softer medium. I think no one struggled at all really this morning, running those mediums quite a long way. So softs tend to run. I think you'll probably see the first people come in around lap 10 on the softs, probably either about 10 to 12. Possibly. You could probably run them a little bit further, but I don't think many people will. Yeah, about 10 to 12 will be the first and only pit stop, really. You go soft to medium. Some people might, there's a couple people there on a medium, so some people might go for the alternate and start on that medium. But it's tyre wear pretty low around here. The mediums tended to last pretty well, and actually I'd say from my experience they felt very good as well, so I don't think anyone's going to be able to try anything unless there's rain. That'd be nice.
Well, we haven't heard anything at this stage, and last week at Russia was dry qualifying but a wet race, and it turned out to be a very good race. If you haven't seen it, go back and tune in. Very entertaining race to watch. Battled the whole way through it, so everyone's just come back in. Kush is going again by the look of these, or is he? ERS is all turned off. He's aborted this lap by the look of it. So we got Yevgeny coming out. He's just... he's got a bit tail happy there over that bump that guy was talking to us about. So Yev's going to come and do his fly, so we'll keep on board. He's got a bit of traffic coming out of pit lane. They've all seen him and got out of the way, thankfully. So Yef now will show his real pace this weekend. I don't know if he is still running his with no racing line or he's turned it back on, but from late he just can't quite seem to get his pace that we know him to have. I've commentated a few seasons now with Yevgeny being at the front. He gets a massive tank flapper coming out of the hairpin there. Is Kush still going for another lap? I think he is. So he's coming up to the hairpin now as well on his mediums. So Yevgeny's coming up to 130R. He's done a 1.12 at the end of sector 2. He's got a bit of traffic here coming up Is that Mackenzie? Oh, he's aborted his lap. Okay, so that's... I thought he'd actually hit a wall or something then. Cush is just coming around the final couple of turns now. What can he set? On his mediums at 129.6, so that's a very good lap on the medium compound tyres. Only 1.4 seconds off of pole position. Only 7/100ths of a second off of Addy on the soft, so very competitive time there for the medium tyres of a 129.5.
I was just watching. I think he was that. It was a. I thought it was down the back straight. I thought it was a McLaren, but there's only one. It's only Mackenzie, and he was in a different. There were a couple of cars on the circuit, and one of the Haas's started drifting over to the left-hand side, and it must have been Mackenzie on the flying lap because it was a McLaren. Just had to dip a wheel on the grass. Luckily, I don't think it affected him too much. Someone trying to get out of the way and wasn't quite fast enough.
Yeah, he's got Richard just behind him, so you could be right. He's still got his boot on, Mackenzie does, so he's still pushing with the lap.
Yeah, I don't think it affected him too much. I think he's alright. It looks like it's going to be a decent lap here. 28.
28.5, so better as his own lap.
Just offset.
1/100th of a second, so Bailey now comes into the final S's. So what's he going to come across the line to do? 28.2. Jumps to the front row. Again by 1/100th of a second. Josh goes quicker again with a 27.8.
Wow.
So
I've not
Josh
seen anyone dip into the 27s in a while around here.
No, that is absolutely flying by Josh. Alex has done a 1:30 exactly for P12, which is 15 seconds better than his old lap of 1:45. So who else have we got? Sebastian's aborted his lap. Aaron's, Pete's, Luke's on his in lap. Tao just done a lap by the look of it. Addy's on an out lap. He's just coming across the line now to start a flyer. He's got Yevgeny right behind him. So will the Mercedes run a bit of a strategy here? I think Yev's too far back to get any slipstream off of Addy, but really looks like he's trying to throw the car in these S's. So at this moment, with just over 5 minutes to go, you got Josh Banks with provisional pole with a 127.8. An absolute flyer. Tyler has joined the session, so hopefully he gets his Ferrari seat. And we are still waiting for John to join the session, actually.
That's true, actually, yeah, we're missing John.
So hopefully John gets in within the next 5 minutes. Welcome Tyler to the stream's chat. So Addy into 130. Addy into 130R. John has just joined as well. So hopefully they can get into the right cars. I know it's just up to Codemasters now. With a 129 flat for Addy. So he improves. Doesn't improve his position though, so that's unfortunate for Addy. And Yevgeny's boxed again, so he's still yet to do a lap. Cutting it very short now to do a lap. So who we got? Addy's out and Richard's out. Richard's on a flyer in that Haas. One of the nicest looking cars on the grid. Personally
Yeah, I think
sort
I'd
of.
agree. Looks pretty sleek.
So
Got a bit of traffic, but I've got out of the way.
yeah, Addy just got out of the way for him, which is nice to see.
I really like those Degners too. There, I love those two corners. You can really fling the car in if you have the car set up right.
Yeah, yeah,
Really
and that
throw it
first
around.
one really feels nicely too if you get it
Ooh.
right.
Yeah, the
Richard
tank
just got
slapper
a bit
there.
of tank slapper there. So is he struggling with traction just a little bit maybe? Oh, that looked a little bit wide. I wonder if that invalidated. We'll soon find out. Now correct me if I'm wrong, guy, it's only the one DRS straight around here, is it not?
Just trying to think. I think you're right. Yeah.
Down the main straight is so
Yeah, I think you're right. You don't get it down to
the back straight there.
130R.
No.
Yeah.
Which is a bit strange.
Yeah, I can understand they probably think it's a bit dangerous having it through 130R, but you'd think they could cut it off before what you get to.
Yeah, you'd think they'd
130R.
have the technology to make it an auto cut-off. But if you're trying a move on the inside, you'd probably touch your brake through 130R anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you think so. You'd be a brave man to try it with flat with DRS open.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think your team would be overly happy if you if you tried it or tried it through a practice session and put it in your wall.
I don't think your medical bill would be too happy.
No. So, one of the only circuits on the calendar, if not the only circuit on the calendar that only had the one DRS, so a lot of slipstream will be in play today to keep everyone in line. So you might be in for one of a very boring race today.
Yeah, I think that's why I think it's a real shame with these tracks that you only have one very simple strategy option. You know, the soft and mediums is clearly the fastest, and it's what everyone will do. And I think it's a shame. I think when you get a mix of strategies, I think it makes it far more interesting towards the end of the race.
So with just over a minute to go. I know the time is saying 50 seconds, but there is about a 20-second delay on the timer. So everyone's now coming out on the pits or is out. Mackenzie's just started his flyer lap. Luke's just started his flyer lap. Richard probably won't get another lap. He's already in the pits.
Yeah. Josh is already heading to the end of the first sector as well.
Cush is just coming across the line with a 28.5, puts him up to P4. It's a very good lap there by
That's a good
Cush.
time. Yeah.
Smokes. Where's Smoke? That's
Massive Billy
sector
isn't going to
one.
make it around in time, so.
He's still warming up his tyres. Like
Both
I say,
the
there is that.
Yeah, both the Renaults have missed out.
There is that time delay though, Guy, that we see that these guys obviously don't. They see the true time.
Oh, is there? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so there is about a 20-25 second time delay. So Bailey should get his lap.
So I think they might have actually just timed it perfectly then. Yeah,
Which really caught me out in Australia round one. If the Josh just goes quickest with a 27.7, so he's improved again.
Bailey has improved on his time by about 1.5 tenths just through the first sector.
Richard retires, so Yevgeny retires as well. So I'll just caught me out that time delay in Australia on if the host of the lobby spectates, there's a time delay. If the host of the lobby races, there's no delays. As Josh retires from the session, obviously, because he wouldn't get any better.
So Bailey was only one. He just dropped under the 10th up. on his previous best, so I don't think he's going to have what it takes to knock Josh off pole. That's a mighty time from Josh.
Engines
Joined just in time.
Just in time.
Just in time, anyway. Mackenzie, I've seen is 0.003 of a second off Bailey's time here.
Oh, so he is too. Very good spot in there.
2/10 up at the 2.5 up at the moment, but
it's not quick enough.
Williams parked on the track.
Oh no! That was Todd. That's or is it Addy? Because Addy's in the wall.
No, Addy's hit him as well. The Williams was the first one that came across, so I'm guessing it was Todd there. Yeah, that he'd obviously crashed himself, and his car was just laying on the racing line, and no one could do anything.
Addy's been disqualified.
Yeah, everyone's hitting him on the way through. No one can do anything. Because ghosting is off. He is just parked there, and it's not his fault as such. He hasn't parked there deliberately. He just crashed himself, and his car is stuck.
So there we have it. Very talking point at the end of the qualifying. Hasn't really changed any results. We don't think Bailey was up for...
I think he was up by about 2.5
He was up
tenths,
to make the 27s. I don't think he was going to get the 27.7s though.
I don't think he would have got pole, but I think he would have got close.
So hasn't really affected.
I just heard from him himself. He said he thinks he would have got a 27.8. So
okay,
it would have been an improvement, and that would have been close. But I don't think he would have got Josh just based on his first few times
on that pace. So there we have it. 14 runners and 3 that have joined through qualifying. So we'll have 17 runners, which is our biggest lobby in a long time for the F1. And a couple of quick guys starting at the back too, being John, Tyler and Engine, all starting at the back. They've all seen the front of the field at some stage throughout the season. So
I'd also say that Addy starting from the back, we've seen him a few times. I think in Spain, he put on the hard tyre at the start and just went so long and managed to overcut everyone on the hard tyre and came out in, I think, second place he ended up. It was incredible. But, I was driving in it and I didn't realise he jumped in front of me. And so I wouldn't put it past some of these guys from the back to do something.
Yeah, but do you want to save those hards just in case you get a bit of wing damage on lap 1 and maybe try and go that, you know, if you need to pit for wing damage, put on the hards and go to the end from there?
Yeah.
I don't know if the mediums would go that far.
Yeah, I reckon you could do... So, you could probably... I reckon you could get 20 laps out of those mediums, at least. How many laps? I can't remember how many laps the race is now.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Well, you can do 12 easily, or quite easily on the soft tyre, so I reckon you could... Yeah, I reckon 20 laps on the mediums is definitely doable. Probably more.
So there's 27 laps. So
yeah,
I'll just run through the rear of the field quickly. Engines in the Ferrari should be in a Alfa Romeo. John's in the Alfa Romeo, who should be in a McLaren. And Tyler's in the McLaren, who should be in the Ferrari. So... all 3 drivers are there. So I'll just give you a grid rundown. We've got Josh Banks on pole position with that blistering time of a 27.7. Bailey Ford in P2 after that massive crash at the end of qualifying session there. I'm surprised they got that car fixed. Mackenzie Stewart in P3. Aaron in P4. Izzy Cush in P5 for the Racing Point. That's a very good showing for the Racing Points. Sebastian Spicer in P6 for the second Renault. Luke Barters in P7 for the second Toro Rosso. He's been up there with his teammate for the last few races, so probably one of his worst qualifyings to date. Jacob Todd in the one and only Williams in P8. Richard in P9 in a Haas. Tao in P10 in a Red Bull. Manuela in a Haas for P11. Alex in P12 in the Ferrari. Yevgeny 13th with his teammate Addy in 14th, who actually got disqualified after that big crash at the end. And then you got Tyler Beasley in P15, John Lindenberg P16 and Engine Seagal in P17, who all turned up throughout qualifying, so haven't actually got a lap involved, but expect all three to make a big charge through this field. So anything you want to add quickly, Guy, before we get underway?
I'd say I'm willing to put money on there being a crash in turn 1, because this turn 1 is horrible at the best of times. I think everyone seems to have a different breaking point for it, and I think it causes absolute mayhem. So I think we're going to see 1 or 2 drivers spun around. But I hope not, obviously, but I fear that we will.
So we wait for the lights to go out. There is that time delay, so don't get too excited. We watch for the revs. The revs are building. Josh has got them going, and away we go. Josh has got a beautiful start. Bailey's got an absolute
awful start.
I thought Bailey had a first initial start. Aaron's on the inside of Bailey. Bailey's kept it around the out. Cush has just gone up the back. No wing damage there.
Oh, there is someone ran off. Luke at the back.
And then Todd Sebastian's dropped a position. Towers right there behind. Richard, Alex, Addy, Manuel. Engine's up to P14 already on those soft medium tyres. So that's a great start from Engine as Grass goes on the inside there. Has he got a bit of damage? Maybe. Yes, he has. He's got end plate damage, so that's going to ruin his race there for the Ferrari as Yevgeny gets around him.
Yeah.
So Jeff had a terrible start, so we'll go up to the lead pack. So Joshua Banks has got an absolute blistering of a start. He's already pulled 6/10 on Bailey. And then Aaron in the Red Bull showing good form in third. But he will feel the pressure of Mackenzie Stewart right behind him any moment. Cush has got a battle on
Mackenzie's
himself.
Going up the inside into the hairpin. Oh, he's locked up. He's managed to pull it up, so luckily it wasn't too bad. Oh, and that bumper's almost caught Mackenzie out there. He's all over the back of Aaron there, so Aaron's going to go defensive.
They're side by side. Turn 1's not really a braking turn, but
outside.
Aaron's made it easy. Or Mackenzie's made it look easy.
Down the outside, a nice move. Oh, Mackenzie's got a bit of grass there, and he's got a bit wobbly, so Aaron's now coming back in.
Engine got through Manuela on the Haas, further at the back of the field. John's in the pits. So
so John. I think John and the Ferraris. So Smokegrass. I'm not sure of his name. Can together.
Engine.
Eddie and
Engine are out.
They must have come together.
So that's a big. I just saw the.
I'm gonna ride a ride with John and see if we can see what happened, because we can't get onto their cars.
Aaron and Mackenzie is still fighting here for their position. Aaron's now just backed off that little bit.
I wonder if it was on the outside of this. It was on the outside of this bend, and
the one up top of the hill there.
There was Engine's car. Yeah, so on the outside, that's a common place to crash. People just take a little bit too much speed, touch the grass on the outside, and you lose control and just get sent to the inside barrier. And then as you come across the track, I'm guessing that's what happened to them. I didn't know, I didn't see, but got a good battle going on here. 7th, 8th, 9th place.
7th, 8th. Oh yes, we do too. Sebastian's trying to get back through. Josh has just done the quickest lap. He's actually pulled another 2/10 off of Bailey there. So
Josh is looking to check out in front, it seems.
Yeah. And with this one DRS straight, it's a good spot to do it, as well as Grass has just come in and got a 5-second stop go for speeding in pit lane, so that won't be helping him at all. So Todd's got Sebastian and Tao right up his gearbox. Tyler's moved into the points on the reverse strategy to everyone else, so he's the first of the medium runners. So that could be a good strategy for Tyler if he can make that work. If you can start to close up on these couple of guys. Josh has checked out, he's over a second away now. So even though DRS is activated, I'm sorry to say that Bailey's already out of that window. So, but Aaron's now got Kush and Luke coming up behind him to take that spot for fourth. So we've got a good train here forming up behind Mackenzie Stewart. Or up behind Luke. Mackenzie's slowly pulling away.
Seb is all over the back of Aaron Hodgson.
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Aaron is in fourth.
Yeah.
And they're nowhere near each other. And then you got Tao just behind them. We're just watching, just waiting.
And Tyler's caught right up as well. So.
Yeah, so it's all quite close in this midfield, and Kush is all over the back of Aaron now as well. So.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Mackenzie's able to stick with the guys.
Oh, Aaron just touched the dirt there on that final bit of the S's. He's really brought Kush into it.
He's got 3.5 seconds over Mackenzie as well. So
yeah. And Bailey's caught back up to Josh.
It's looking like a 2-horse race out front. Those two just looking like they're going to dominate. But I'm sure maybe Mackenzie just holding something back. You never know.
Maybe he's trying to go the overcut and survive keep his tyres in check. It did look in Singapore, he was having a lot of tyre heat issues, so I wonder if his setup's just giving him that little bit too much tyre temp, and he just can't quite find the grip at the moment compared to the front two. Bailey's caught right back up to Josh.
It's quite possible, yeah. He's under that second.
Kush goes very deep into the hairpin. Yeah. Josh goes quickest with the 32 flat.
Well, look at that. You got a run from all the way down from much third down to 10th place. They're all in DRS range of each other here.
Yeah.
So look at this. It's such good close fighting, and it's lap 5 already. So haven't spread out too much yet.
Mackenzie being the only one. Really,
yeah, Mackenzie just. Bailey and Josh are just showing supreme speed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible just watching the way that these two are flinging that car into the corner. I think they're both really going for it at the moment. They're not holding much back.
No, which is what we come to expect from the front runners. Really, from anyone in this group of guys. Tyler just tried to get Towel into the hairpin. I think with those softer compound tyres, Towel just got the better drive out. So there's battles everywhere to watch.
Yeah, I think Aaron's getting a little bit twitchy. He's under attack from Kush at the moment, and I think Aaron's just seen him get a few little tank snappers. He's getting a little bit twitchy. So I think Kush might be lining up a move soon.
Well, Aaron's made those couple of little mistakes touching the grass in the S's and...
Yeah.
Tyler and Towler out. What's happened here? It's through 130R.
Through 130R. He must have tried to move. I'm guessing Tyler
we're right on board with John just to try and get a better picture here.
Yeah, you can see them on the outside of the...
Still no safety car, so that...
I'm going to guess that Tyler
contact through 130.
Destroyed cars.
Absolutely.
I am guessing Tyler. I don't know what. Well, I'm not going to apportion blame because I don't know. But I'm guessing they tried to go side by side and just couldn't.
Tyler was on the medium tyre, so. Which is a bit of a weird one because. Yeah, that's massive impact. Bailey's 7 tenths behind Josh now. And they've absolutely checked out from Mackenzie's 4.5 seconds behind. And then Mackenzie's got this absolute train of near on the rest of the field behind him. The biggest gap...
It can be quite hard to follow
now
with the DRS. With the DRS
fallen right off this train, so...
Yeah.
Sebastian's fallen off the back of Jacob now as well, so... Sebastian could just be saving a bit of battery, or...
Yeah, I think maybe if you realising that there's a train and you're not going to be able to get anywhere, so back off and save your tyres a little bit. It might be worth it. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see someone come in quite early here and just try and undercut. Someone like Seth could probably come in quite early and just try and undercut the others. And you could probably gain, like Seb could probably undercut all the way up to kind of 4th place.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3rd if he got it right, if he came in early enough. But obviously that would then compromise you at the end of the race.
With the field as tight as it is.
Until we see that. Yeah. It might be worth a try.
Might be worth that bit of a gamble, and I'm sure they've all got inter-team chats on and talking to their mates and doing everything else and talking strategy. So, you know, you've got John and Smoke a long way back. Smoke will have to pit again because he's on the softs, but John should be able to go to the end.
One guy I would say Yevgeny actually is not out of this yet. He's got a chance of a podium here, I think, because he's on the medium tyre. He's going to be quick at the end of this race, so it'll be a lot of overtaking for him.
Yeah.
But he's not that far off. I mean, he's got the field spread, so maybe he's off Mackenzie. I don't know. I'd guess he's maybe 7-8 seconds off Mackenzie. But that's not
he
bad.
wouldn't even be that, would he? Surely.
Yeah, that's just a guess because he's 4 seconds and then 2 seconds.
Well, Yevgeny's 14 off the lead and Mackenzie's 6, so yeah, 7 seconds.
Yeah, about, I'd say 7 seconds is fair.
Yeah, so, but like you say, he will have the quicker car, and Aaron's actually coming back at Mackenzie here, so Mackenzie's problems are still causing him issue. He got terrible drive out of turn 2, did Mackenzie. Aaron caught right back up, but now Aaron's got the terrible run through the S's. So will we see any more incidents up here? Not this lap. So that's great. Luke's just fallen off the back of this. Cush has just got a multiple warnings 3-second time penalty, so that's the first one for the race. Bailey still can't catch Josh, but Mackenzie's still losing time to the front
is really holding up this track, so probably not Mackenzie's favourite track here. He's got a real train forming here.
Yeah.
I think they're all probably a pretty similar speed, but maybe Mackenzie just holding something in the tank to try and challenge the top guys later on.
I'd say he'd almost be trying to back the field back to John, but 18 seconds is a big gap to try and back the field back. And let his teammate. Because remember, John and Bailey are in a championship fight. They're the only two that can actually take the championship. Mackenzie's out of the championship as such. So...
So Richard coming back at it, so it looks like Yevgeny got past Richard, and now Richard going back on the outside of turn 1. Hasn't quite got it. Got the grip on those soft tyres.
These softs would start to chew now. Yevgeny be coming into his own.
I think any time from now is when we're going to see people try and undercut. So I think I'd say lap 10 is probably the first time people would be looking or scheduled to stop. But if you want to try and undercut, lap 9 might be worth it. You could definitely make the mediums last from here.
And I wonder, out of the top two, who's got the better tyre condition? Josh would just be coasting. Well, as we say coasting, he's certainly not coasting. They're pulling away from Mackenzie, but you'd think Josh would have the better tyre life than Bailey Bailey's almost out of ERS, so Bailey's really pushing this Renault.
Yeah,
he's caught
that's
right
what I've
up now.
as well.
So maybe
Yeah, so
Bailey's in the pits.
As I thought. So he's going to try the undercut, and this could be huge. Yeah, and Mackenzie's going to follow him in. I think Mackenzie realised there, so Mackenzie's unleashed this train behind him here. Mackenzie doesn't want to get undercut because I think he realised that there's a lot of guys there.
Will Bailey come out with traffic though? This could be the big thing to hold him up.
Ooh, I think he's got a gap. Because, he's lucky because you've seen
Manuel's just come through.
Richard come
in,
so
yeah, so he's got
he's got lucky. He's got a bit of a gap. Manuel isn't too far up the road. So he will catch him around this lap, I think.
Oh, Manuel should pit this lap though, so it won't hurt him too much.
He won't get too held up too much, but it might just compromise this undercut because you're going to have to expect Josh to come in the end of this lap.
Yeah.
He will be pushing hard to try and prevent this undercut, so this is going to be interesting.
Will be, and now Aaron's got that. Well, the train's kind of broken up now that Mackenzie's not holding it all up.
This is going to be interesting. We're going to see now, was it Mackenzie holding up these guys or not? Because if it was, then maybe these guys are going to be able to overcut him with the...
Overcut him, yeah.
But Josh is going to come around the final few corners here, so I'm guessing he's going to dive into the pits and try and... Yep, there he is.
He does. So that's
where it's going to get interesting.
Oh, Mackenzie gets a penalty.
Oh, it's 3 seconds. So that could be costly.
Oh, Aaron's in. Cush is in.
Looked like he clipped the...
Aaron almost clipped that outside pit wall.
Everyone, yeah. Aaron did the same thing, yeah.
Luke...
Sorry, did you say Aaron?
Yeah, Luke has to stay out because his teammate was in the box.
Bailey coming along the home straight now. And not got him. So Josh has covered the undercut. They're back to exactly where they were before, so I wonder whether just
Manuel didn't pit after all of that either, so...
Cost him. Yeah, that dirty air might have cost Bailey that undercut there. Right, it was worth a go from Bailey.
So now, who's got the better pace on the medium tyre?
And so Aaron's come out right behind exactly where he was behind Mackenzie as well now. So
he has too.
Everyone pretty much where they were before, I think.
Yeah. So where will this bring Luke out to? He was behind Cush, wasn't he? There in P9. Or was he behind Sebastian? No, he's behind Sebastian, wasn't he? I can't even remember anymore. So either way...
No, so I think they've come out in the same order. I think. Those midfield runners. It's just the guys who haven't stopped yet.
Will Luke pit this lap? Yes, he does.
Yeah, so he comes in.
So Yevgeny takes the lead of the race.
Oh, that's... Oh, okay. No, that's fine. It's just Ferrari.
Smoke up at the top. Bailey goes quickest. Oh, Bailey's... Oh no, I thought it was Bailey jumping Josh, and Bailey's right up the back of Josh now.
So, do these mediums suit Bailey a little bit more, I wonder?
Or is it just the fact that Bailey's got up to race pace, being that one lap older?
Ooh.
Josh's outlap was... That's Yevgeny.
Has there been an overcut? I'm trying to figure out where... I don't know where Seb was before. Was Seb in 9th? He might have been in 9th still. I can't remember exactly what order. He was just behind
Jacob, yeah. So I think...
yeah, but I can't tell if Luke has jumped them or not.
I think Luke's jumped them both, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, as I say,
but Yevgeny's got an absolute battle on his hands now. Older tyres. And the two front runners.
Yevgeny still has a chance of that third place, I think, here, because he's been on those softs.
He has.
If he can keep up some good pace here, try and stick with these leaders.
If he can keep up with these leaders, because they were pulling massively on Mackenzie on those softs. So unless if Mackenzie finds it... Bailey's lost wing.
Bailey's touched him.
No,
Bailey's touched him and lost wing, and that is probably going to cost him big time here in his battle with Josh.
He doesn't pit.
Yeah.
So that's going to hurt.
It's just some end plates, yeah, right end plates have gone completely off that car. And that's so costly. I think that is his chokes with the win gone, and now he's going to have to try and just hold on to that.
It's going to be an absolute wrestle to get that home from here. Just to go.
Yeah. That's...
He'll probably lose a podium now. Unless if he pits and... Or if he's got another set of mediums, pits again. And
he was so desperate not to lose time to Josh there.
Yeah.
Josh managed to get through. I thought he'd try and squeeze it, but some bad luck, really.
Oh, it is. On the other hand, it gives Yevgeny almost another free position, doesn't it? They're both pretty much a pit stop. Bailey gets a 3-second penalty for running wide.
Look at the there he's getting there.
I wonder if he'll box this lap.
Him in. I think he might, because he's losing so much time. And
he's lost almost 2 seconds to Mackenzie, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think he's going to have to and try and recover whatever he can. He doesn't.
So he's still staying out.
Yeah, he's going to back that out.
That's a risky call. I mean, when your championship contender's down in P10.
Yeah.
And he's got to pit again yet. Oh no, he won't have to pit again. He should make it home on those tyres, so...
Ooh, no, possibly. It'll be close. But...
If anyone could, John probably would.
Yeah, true. It's gonna be... Well, I think maybe Bailey thinks that even if Mackenzie catches him, he's not going to be able to get past him.
Well, I think with that understeer that we just saw, I don't think it'll be much of a battle.
That's it, and the thing is, if Mackenzie catches him, then so does Aaron and Kush and Luke and everyone really down to kind of 10th place at the end of the day.
Yeah, so he could... I know you got to take risks, but...
He'd probably come out in 10th place if he pit, or probably below that, so... I can understand. Yeah, but he had the freshest tyres
of the whole field, though.
Yeah, exactly, so...
Maybe stay out until lap 16, put another set of softs on, maybe? Try and get Yevgeny's strategy. Yeah, I don't really know what's going through his head.
Yeah,
he'd know he's losing time to...
He could copy Yevgeny here, because Yevgeny only just up the road from him. He could try and match him with his pit stop.
That's the only other reason I could see that he's not in. John's actually in pits now. So after we just praised him for... Luke's got around Kush up for P6. So that's a great little battle.
In striking distance of Bailey pretty soon, actually. Oh yeah, look at that. Kush is only right on the back of Luke.
Yeah, but Luke's just got around Kush, so Luke got around at turn 2.
Luke's got some good pace here. He's found some real pace, on these mediums especially, I think.
So Toro Rosso are in for a good show. P1 and P6 at the moment.
Podium?
Wow.
Got a chance of a double podium here.
Anything's possible.
Yeah,
Bailey falling back. Mackenzie's catching the...
Bailey is a sitting duck with that front wing, so Mackenzie and Aaron could well take that second and third once Yevgeny comes into the pits.
Yeah.
Although Yevgeny will be on a charge later in the race. He'll be coming in soon, I think. Getting onto those soft tyres.
Well, you'd think lap 16 would be...
Anytime now. Yeah, I think 16 is probable, so... But he could do it this lap.
That's 11 laps with a lighter car.
Go again.
You know, so anything's possible, but I think Mackenzie's now just going to get easy pickings. Sebastian gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Mackenzie on the inside at turn 1. Probably not a spot to do it. Is there a bit of wing damage on Mackenzie's car? There was contact by the look of that.
Ooh, yeah.
No, there's no wing damage on Mackenzie.
I don't think there is, but he's got to be careful because you just got to wait for probably the back straight and should just get such a better exit. But
well, he got that inside line at turn 1 and 2, but Bailey just gets that much understeer and his car's just not as stable, and Aaron gets a 30-second penalty. Bailey's doing everything right. He's putting the car in all the right places, but
yeah. So I wonder if Bailey wants to try and back Mackenzie into these others and hope that Mackenzie has to go defensive.
Start looking in his mirrors rather than looking in front. Yeah, that could be another good little strategy call. But I think this is where Mackenzie should get him. He'd get on the power so much earlier. Overtakes engaged. I'd imagine rich engine mix. Mackenzie to the outside. Great helicopter view here. Oh, Mackenzie's gone a bit wide. Down on the inside. Got a centre verse Prost. Sort of feel to it.
Good. So yeah, here Aaron now is on
Aaron's now right on the back. Will Mackenzie go down inside again? I don't think so. Excuse me as I get a form of the hiccups. So, I called it might have been a boring race at the start of the stream, and it hasn't turned out to be that way as of yet with 10 laps to go. We got Josh Banks in the lead. Yevgeny Delacruz in P2, still yet to pit, and he'll go on to the soft compound tyres. Bailey Ford is limping home with a damaged car in P3, provisional P2 once Yevgeny pits. Mackenzie Stewart, right behind Bailey, tries the outside of the hairpin.
Bailey is defending so well with a damaged front wing.
Yeah, then you got Aaron in P5, Luke P6, Kush P7, Jacob P8, Sebastian P9, and Richard in P10.
I'm getting a great view riding on board with Aaron, and you get a great
Mackenzie had to correct a bit of oversteer there, so that's helped Bailey just a touch. Aaron's right on the back
here as well,
which is bringing Luke into this as well. This is where the damage.
Bailey onto the grass as well.
This is where all the damage caused for Bailey, running 3 wide at the 130R there.
Aaron's just going to pick his line and try and get the better exit, and Aaron has a chance. That bump again, sending Mackenzie a bit sideways.
Yeah.
So there we go, Yevgeny's in. So
Yevgeny is in, onto the soft, he'll come out.
Oh, and here we go, Mackenzie going to swoop around the outside again. He did this earlier in the race. And he's done it here again.
Done it here.
That's a nice move. Nice move.
So now, not only will Bailey be getting aero from that broken front wing, he'll get a wash of dirty air as well, which will slow him up even more.
Going to be vulnerable here. And Aaron is lining one up.
Not at the Degners. It's not technically, well, it's not traditionally an overtaking spot. Into the second Degner maybe, but look at the train that's absolutely behind him.
Oh, and there we
He's
go.
gone wide. Aaron got the move done beautifully there.
I don't know if Bailey let him go. I think Bailey just ran a bit deep and swooped underneath.
So,
especially as those tyres get old for Bailey, that front wing is just going to slow him down more and more.
Yeah.
But he's still going to be gaining good points on John, because John at the moment P11.
Well, that's right.
Oh, and we've got Bailey side by side with Luke through T1.
Through 130,
yeah.
This is absolute crazy. Now Kush is lining him up. Bailey's in the pits.
He's had enough.
So Bailey's.
He's going to put in some softs at the end.
I think that's too late of a call.
Yeah, I think he had to go one way or the other and stick it out, or he had to come in
as soon as it happened. Yeah.
It's easy to say in hindsight. I think
he's going to stay in front of...
He's going to come out just in front of John.
No, he's going to get jumped by Johnny.
No, he's got a long way. So, I think it's looking like that's going to be in the wrong decision. He should be able to catch John on his much fresher tyres, 4 lap fresher tyres.
Yeah, but it's still 6 seconds. Even catching him, he might not be able to get past him.
I think he probably would have been able to hold on to maybe a P7, maybe P8. Oh, would he? Yeah, don't know, because you got John and Yevgeny charging through, so...
Yeah, so... I do believe he should have pitted as soon as it happened, though. We just had a shot there of Josh crossing the bridge.
We said it at the time, didn't we? We said he probably had to, but I can understand at the same time why you would stick it out and try and make it last.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe hoping for a safety car or something like that. But,
yeah. So now Aaron's... So we'll get back to this P3 battle. Mackenzie's checked out just a little bit after he got around Bailey first. So you got Aaron, Luke, Kush and Todd all going for P3. Final step of the podium. Aaron at the moment has that. So, very good race so far, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah. Your thoughts so far there, Guy?
I think it's been one of the best races I've seen in a while. Lots of action, and it's nice to see this this chunk of midfield / upper midfield from second down to basically it's almost down to 10, mainly down to 8, but we're so close to each other. We're getting some really good racing, and it's been clean racing as well, really. No one, apart from we've had the couple incidents with the others down there, but yeah, they've been able to run side by side and people haven't been too reckless, so it's been a good watch. But I think this battle for third place is where all the action is going to be over these last 7 laps.
Yeah.
Maybe even second, because Aaron is back under the second.
He is too, yeah.
So,
and Mackenzie's got that time penalty. So
he does, that's true. I don't know if Aaron's got one or not, actually. I'll check now.
I think Luke's got one, but not Aaron. Luke just falls outside of DRS. So this could hurt Mackenzie if he gets a train forming behind him again.
Yeah, so Aaron has 3 seconds as well.
Oh, okay. So they're all still racing on track.
Yeah.
What about Luke or Kush? Or Todd even?
Kush has got a 5 second for exceeding track limits there.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Because he could just get to another 3 seconds.
Yeah,
so that's
Kush
8.
So and another 3. So he's on 11. So Kush has got a lot.
Todd gets up the inside of Kush actually as you're checking that at the hairpin.
Yeah.
So Todd's on a charge.
Oh, he just got a warning actually. I've just seen for a collision with Kush.
So has Todd got any penalties?
I don't think he does. He's just got that warning there. But he doesn't actually have anything apart from that.
So he could take P2 off Mackenzie.
He could, yeah, that's a good point. And
then push Mackenzie to P3.
Just going to check Luke as well.
Yep.
I can't actually see Luke on it, but isn't he?
So, yet again, Mackenzie's... Yeah, Barter 81.
Yeah, I don't think he's got one. He hasn't even got a warning.
Ooh, so very plain driving by Luke.
I was the same as you. I was convinced that he had one, but I can't see it anywhere.
Bailey just does the quickest lap with a 29.9 as he retires from the session.
Oh, Bailey's had enough, I think.
So we'll just jump on board Manuel.
Maybe it was a bump. Was it the bump?
Well, he posted that quickest lap, so his car's stopped on the middle of the circuit.
What on earth?
On the home straight, so
I don't know what's happened there.
I reckon he's just running into the wall himself. Very unfortunate. So
it's a shame to see him go from being in contention for the race wins like that, but
yeah.
Still, this battle for P2 actually continues. Aaron even closer than before, I think, to the back of
yeah, well, he's 4 tenths. So this little bump has been Mackenzie's kryptonite. Really can't get the
slipstream, and I think he's going to
Aaron's
get this
on the outside. Can he do a Mackenzie move here? He does.
Yeah, so he's done
very nicely.
Mackenzie. It's a great move.
So Aaron up P2.
Can he pull a gap though?
Well, that's the next thing. The Ferrari of Smoke gets out the way. Very good track awareness there by Smoke.
Well to get out of the way though, because Luke is now going to have a go at Mackenzie. I think he wants to get involved in on this.
Yeah, well, he's one out of the top 3 that don't have the penalty. Aaron and Mackenzie have a penalty, so Luke could jump himself into P2 via penalties. He doesn't
actually have to get the move done, but it depends whether Aaron can pull a gap on Mackenzie or not.
Pull a gap, yeah. So, and we've never really seen Mackenzie's car within trying to follow anyone either. So Mackenzie might actually be a little bit slower now that he's got dirty air.
One thing I have seen with Aaron is it does have the fuel light on the telemetry. So
he does
think he's probably pushed quite hard to get past. So, but he's going to need to conserve fuel at some point. So Mackenzie might have a chance to get back at him when he does have to conserve a bit of fuel. In fact, Mackenzie might have a chance here with DRS coming out.
And Luke's just backed it off a touch. So Mackenzie's up.
Yeah. Oh, Mackenzie getting
he still gets very twisty over that bump, doesn't he?
He somehow manages to hold it every time, and here we go, he's going to sweep around the outside. So
around the outside.
These two are going to trade blows. Oh, and Aaron's going to try and keep it in there, but can't
I thought
quite.
Aaron was still there. Mackenzie goes very wide at the end of turn 2. So this is great racing by Mackenzie and Aaron. They've just dropped Luke a little bit.
Some really good wheel-to-wheel racing.
Luke's trying to save some ERS.
Yeah,
he can't save for too long because Jacob's right behind.
Yeah,
he's got the fuel light as well, so Jacob
Luke sticks with them. He's got it.
Mackenzie's got another 3-second penalty.
So that's going to be really costly.
So that's going to put him down behind Seb almost.
Possibly, although no, because Kush and Seb have a few penalties each. So I think it would drop him 3 seconds at least. So it would definitely drop him to 4th. 5th.
Yeah, but Kush has got near on 11 seconds or something, doesn't he? No, Jacob didn't have any, or Luke.
Yeah, I don't think Jacob had any, did he?
No, he had that one warning for the slight contact there with Kush at the hairpin.
So I think that would drop him to 5th because Kush and Seb have some. So it would drop him to 5th if it stays as it is. But he's got 2 laps now, really. Actually, no, 3 laps, isn't it? So Aaron, I think, is going to come back at him here, and he's going to get DRS.
Aaron seems to ride that bump a lot better than Mackenzie does. Aaron on the inside now.
I'm not sure what that is.
Got the jump done before the turn even. So.
Well, Aaron's fuel light is still on, so I'm slightly concerned.
Well, it's not flashing, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, it's only yellow.
Yevgenay's got around Richard. That happened a while ago by the look of it. John's now got around Richard. So John gets 2 points up on Bailey.
I don't think Yevgenay's going to be able to catch Seb from there. So, mind you, Seb has... Seb has a 5-second penalty. Oh, and actually, just looking at this, Luke has really dropped off, and he's under massive pressure from Jacob here for 5th.
Jacob, yeah. So I'm sure Luke would have been told by...
So Bailey's actually said... Oh, I think Bailey... Oh!
Not an overtaking spot
Jacob
through
went for
there,
the move
guys.
and touched Luke, and I thought Luke was going to go there. I touched Luke's back wheel, and I thought that was that, but Luke
Yeah,
and
it looked
Jacob held it
very
together.
congested there.
I was just saying, I've just seen Bailey is actually, I think he had a coming together with Yevgeny. He said cheers, Yev, I'm sarcastic, but so I think they got coming together, and that's why he's out of the race.
Oh, that might have been from at the 130R though.
Him.
When Bailey got the front wing damage,
yeah. I think you're right.
So Jacob's right on the back of Luke. So
Mackenzie's going to go for the move on Aaron, so they're just trading lap for lap at the moment. Yeah.
Todd and Jacob's got around Luke.
Well, the interesting thing is, if Aaron and Mackenzie are just trading moves in that same place every lap,
means Aaron will get it.
It means Aaron will get past on the next lap, and then as long as he can hold it together for the rest of the lap, because obviously the start-finish line is at the beginning of that straight, so
yeah,
if he can keep it close, then he'll be alright. But I think Mackenzie's probably going to... I said he was going to give it everything here, but he's actually not running any ERS deployment, he's just turned it up.
Well, he's got a lot of battery to burn compared to Aaron, doesn't he?
Yeah, well that's it, Aaron... He's running on empty, really, so I'm not sure Aaron's going to be able to fight this too much.
All the way to the end.
Yeah, you can see Mackenzie's got a bit of a gap here. He's just got that extra ERS and probably fuel as well, just to burn. So Aaron's going to have to...
And Josh is just coasting home.
Probably settle for P3 here. Or actually, no, he won't, because he will jump him on the track anyway. But unless... Well... We got Luke and Jacob still battling away, but this battle has cost Jacob a lot of time, and now...
And remember, Mackenzie just got that extra 3-second penalty, so that's 6 seconds now on Mackenzie. So he's got to pull 3 seconds on Aaron.
Yeah.
Just to keep that position.
But he's got to pull 6 seconds on Jacob. And Jacob has to keep within 3 seconds of Aaron, so it's all going to be interesting. But at the moment, as it stands, but Luke is going to go for the move. Luke is keeping his nose in there. Oh, he's touched him.
Oh, he's squeezed him. Luke's on the grass, and Cush has got past.
Cush will drop back with penalties, so... But... Jacob has now dropped more than 3 seconds behind Aaron.
Oh no. And the funny thing is, I've got everyone showing the red flashing fuel light.
Yeah, I've got that now as well, so...
So whether or not that's a glitch being the final lap,
we're going to see it go. I think it's going to be Aaron and then Jacob on the podium.
I'll jump on board with Josh because he's coming up to the end of Sector 2, just coming through 130R now. It's been a clean race from Josh. He got that 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits here at the S's. But as he comes out of the final corner to take another victory for his TNF1 career, Josh Banks, and then we got this awesome battle for P2. As all as Jod gets,
I think it's going to go to Aaron.
Mackenzie crosses the line P2, but Aaron gets P2. Mackenzie's third.
Jacob will then get P3. Yeah.
Oh, there's wing damage there somewhere. Jacob's got P3.
Oh, so Luke missed out on P4 by a tenth.
By a tenth. So, and then you got Sebastian in P5, Cush in P6, Sebastian P6, Cush P7, John P8, Yevgeny P9, and Richard for his debut race has come home at P10, which is a great showing by Haas, 10 and 11. So I'll just get the top 3 in here, and we'll give them a quick talk. So who we got? Aaron, Josh, and Todd. So, what's your thoughts on that guy?
Well, I think that was a great race. That battle in for the second and third place was as good as I've seen in a while. So many cars fighting for it, and Yeah, I mean, Josh was just dominant. I don't think we'd hardly have to mention him because he was so good today. But yeah, so
He kept a clean race, that's for sure.
Yeah,
kept a clean head on him, and so Jacob, have you got us there, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Yep. So P3 after that intense battle, pretty much the whole race for the couple of second and third step on the podium. Just talk us through your qualifying lap, mate. P8 after qualifying. Just quickly talk us through that.
Yeah, well, I only my first run counted, so I validated the second and third, so I only got my first run in, so I was a bit disappointed. But then I just knuckled down in the race, stayed in DRS, and it was good.
And you're the only bloke out of the top three to not get any penalties, so that's really helped you there. Yeah, great race. You were battling the whole race pretty much. Yeah, it was just amazing. From P3 backwards, it was just a massive train. Mackenzie was holding his all up in the first stint.
Yeah, and then Bailey a lot in the second stint.
Yeah, he had some pretty bad front wing damage.
Yeah, so yeah. Anything else you want to add there, Jacob?
No, not really. Just GG to everyone.
GG to everyone. All right, and then we go to Aaron for P2. You got us there, Aaron. Yeah, mate. Great race from you as well. I forget where you qualified. P5, I think it was. P4. Just talk us through your qualifying lap quickly there, Chief. Yeah, and did you get caught in that massive accident there at the end of qualifying at all?
Yeah. So I wasn't.
Okay, yep. And yeah, great race, mate. You were battling with Mackenzie for those last 5 laps. Did you run out of ERS or engine power there on that final lap? Because we both thought you were going to get him again starting the final lap, but he got you there on the second last lap, and you just seemed to fall away a little bit. A bit of fuel management issues, maybe.
Yeah, on the third lap, I realised going into the first corner, I was 0.44 down on my fuel. I was like, oh no. Stuck in clean for the next 2 laps. And the ERS was very low as well. I had to use that. I had to manage that pretty well. But I knew Mackenzie had a penalty in front of me, so as long as I pushed to get the gap on Todd, I was pretty confident I was going to fine.
Yeah,
that was
right.
close, that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll go to the race winner, Josh. Another pole, another race win. You didn't get the fastest lap, unfortunately. Your main rival, just before he crashed out, got that. So just talk us through your qualifying lap, mate. It's the first time Guy or myself have seen anyone in the 27s for a long time around here. Just talk us through that blistering lap.
Didn't really, or my second run, or my last run didn't prove to the first sector. I feel like I could have found a little bit more time in the lap, but it was just enough for pole, so yeah, happy with that. So
yeah, and then pretty much uneventful race for you, mate. Until you caught Yevgeny when you were on the medium and he'd yet to stop. What's your thoughts on the race, mate?
First stint was very. They was pushing me basically the whole first stint, and then just unfortunate that Yev got in the way of Bailey, and then he got a bit of wing damage. So basically just cruising along from there, and I was trying to go for fastest lap, but my tyres weren't going to give me the fastest lap. So
Just quickly, I want to get a racer's opinion. When Bailey got that wing damage, if it was you, would have you pitted there and then, or would have you stuck it out like Bailey did?
I mean, I don't know the severity of the wing damage. I mean, if he was missing an end plate or like more
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
severe,
it looked
yeah,
like it
the
was a
right-
total end play.
then I probably would have pitted. But yeah, that's up to him. So
Yeah. So, anything else, Guy, you want to add?
No, I don't think so. I think it was a good race from everyone. I think. Sorry for Josh for hardly paying attention during commentary because you were just so far out on your own. But
He
everyone
checked
else,
out of that
everyone else
race
did some
pretty early.
Good battling there. It was nice, clean. Yeah, it was good.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Japan Grand Prix. Tune in next week for the Mexican, if I am correct. Tune in about 5-10 minutes. We will be doing a Wreckfest lobby as well. Just keep an eye out. I don't know whether or not we'll be streaming that. But I'm Mark Ratley, followed in commentary by Guy Tasker, and our top 3 runners are Josh Banks, Aaron and Todd. We'll catch us all next weekend.
Bye.